more felicitous, and nobody's talking about, do you want to be a great writer? And if you don't want to be a great writer, why are you here? I mean, why would you just want to write nice, parsable sentences? Why wouldn't you want to take on the big issues? You know, why wouldn't you want to write great books? And for young people, it's worth hearing that, because they sometimes don't hear it. They may have it in their hearts, but it's sheltered in their hearts someplace.
Do you find in Ireland,
American writers are more interested in the dough, and the Irish writers seem a little bit more interested in the sentence. But as far as aspiration is concerned, no, I wouldn't distinguish between the two. No. And he set me on my course in a way to teach myself to write short stories. But you know, the truth about Ray's stories was that from the time he published what we talk about when we talk about Will You Please Be Quiet Please, till he died in 1988, the arc of his stories was a very diverse arc. Which is to say, he wasn't just the same Carver story from middle 1970s to the late 1980s. Sentences got longer, they became more compound, complex. He, in a way, widened his grasp in terms of the kinds of things he would write about, whereas before he might have been more restricted. And this has all been sorted through with the horrible, nasty Gordon Lish stuff, but it was Ray. It wasn't Gordon, it was Ray. Ray wanted to write those stories the way he could write them when he was drunk in the early 70s, and then he got sober and he found that his brain worked better. He could remember more. There was more time in his life. There was just more time to dedicate to his work, so his stories changed, evolved in really happy, wonderful ways. We're all losers in a way, because those other books that he would have written didn't get written.
That group of writers, including yourself and Raymond, Carver and the others you mentioned, have sometimes been called dirty realists. Is that a term that kind of means
well, look at me.
Anything?
Not dirty at all. That was Buford. That was the wonderful Bill Buford, who invented the term dirty realism when he was the editor of Granta, to try to find an audience for a bunch of American writers that he had a sort of yen for.
So it was a marketing device?
Totally a marketing device. And it always shocks me that it has lasted in some vocabulary from then till now. I don't think we ever talked about it. We just thought, gee, it's helping us find a readership, whereas we didn't have a readership in Britain, and we were thrilled by it.